Welcome to Rugby Saturday Southwest. I'm your host, Aaron Rivera, and today I'm joined by the New Mexico Highlands University Vatos Club. They came down from Las Vegas to join us today. On the show we have Chris, Jeremy, Tom, and Celester. How you guys doing this morning?
Pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. And for those of you who don't know, the Vatos are actually the NESCRO champions. So that's the National Small College Rugby Organization. And guys, since you're here on the show, why don't you tell me a little bit about how the Vatos started, you know, who started them and all that?
The Vatos was started off in 1992 by Dr. Dick Green. And it was originally a men's club league. That's how they started off, and then about 4 years ago we started playing in the NSCRO league. And from there we just excelled in
And I think earlier you guys were telling me about you had 30-some wins and 6 losses?
Yeah, 32 wins and 6 losses.
32 wins, so that's an astronomical level of success at that NESCRO level. Was the success the same at the men's level?
I'm pretty sure. The Vatos always had a history of, playing at a high level and being successful, being a successful club.
Well, I remember just for a short amount of time at UNM, I remember coming against the Vatos and just getting hit very hard every time. If you tried to make a tackle, you'd get run over, and you had to pay for it in blood and sweat if you wanted to bring them down.
Sure.
So, part of that NESCRO, like you're talking about, being in that NESCRO division is academic success. And how does that play into the New Mexico Highlands Vato Rugby Organization?
It's pretty important for us as a club team, especially coming from the university setting. Historically, like I said, our founder, Dr. Dick Green's always said we win 80% of our games and graduate 80% of our men. So, it's always a big priority for us, being academically successsul.
That's fantastic. Very high rates right there, especially 80% of your games, too. So what kind of things do you all study there at the university while you're practicing your rugby?
I'm a human performance and sport major with the concentration in coaching.
Okay.
I'm studying criminal justice as right now.
Jeremy?
I'm a history major and a secondary education minor.
I'm a business major and minoring in accounting.
See a lot of important things being studied, worked on, while they're also working on these 2 championships. And as you said, you've been in NESCRO for 4 years now, and half of those years you've won the championships. Last year we got the opportunity to watch you in the playoffs take on Denver University as well as Angelo State.
Yes.
That was here, and then you went on to win the championships. Talk a little bit about last year's championship, the year before, how you guys got to this level.
Jeremy?
Yeah, we just came together as a group of guys. We didn't know anything about rugby, just wanted to have some fun, and just found out we were good at it. And the first year we went to play sevens, didn't know anything about it, and just there's a group of athletes, and we ended up getting second that year. And then we wanted some revenge, started learning the game. So that following year, we had a really great year. We ended up just winning it all in sevens, and just built our confidence up. And then last year was the year we went back to back with full steam of confidence, and just went and just knew that we were going to win it, and that's exactly what we did. And that's just how a group of guys are. We just know that when we get on that pitch, we're just going to win, and that's just what the Vatos stands for.
So you guys, you kind of mentioned, Jeremy, the sevens is how you all kicked it off. And I know last year you took on Arizona and you actually beat them to win the Celtic Sevens,
Yeah.
How did you really develop to be able to take on, an NCAA ranked team in the sevens?
Well, it was a really good competition against the Arizona team, because we played a lower league, so no one knows how good we are going to be compete against the bigger one. But it was a chance for us to finally play against them, to show them how good we are, we can compete in a higher level. And Yeah, we just came out as we always do, hungry, like always want to play good, and we win. Off our mindset and everything, we put it all together as a team.
Well, we're going to have an opportunity a little bit later on to see how you all practice. But one of the things you kind of mentioned there was being able to take on these higher, I guess, echelon, but really just ranked teams because they're in the NCAA. And I know you all are going to be at the High Desert coming up. Do you look at that as an opportunity to, again, show your prowess and how you can compete against these, you know, bigger college teams?
Oh yeah, well yeah, we're looking forward for that since now we have more team that we saw on the email that we're gonna compete against, and that's part of us too, trying to compete as high level we can, because that's always gonna be the Vatos, you know, competing the best level they can and trying to make it far out of, and put us on the map too, you know, Las Vegas on the map. Yeah.
Well, like we talked a bit before the show, you guys are, you know, some of the first champions in a while, bringing Las Vegas to the national spotlight. You know, how does it feel raising those trophies? You know, being able to bring those home.
It's always good putting on for a little small town. It's always nice to just come back to the town with some trophies and just showing off the love, and they show us some love. A good community. They actually had a parade for us, so it's just nothing but love.
And we made it to the newspaper in New York, in front of their newspaper. So
Really?
That was kind of a big thing for us. We had it all over the news instead in for newspaper in New York. So it's a big thing, you know. We put us out there. We're out there.
That's awesome. Get the spotlight going. So we got about a minute left. Anything you guys want to say to the world, to the Southwest community about your rugby program?
Yeah, I just want to encourage all the kids out there to try rugby out, you know, participate in it, learn about it, and experience it. Go Vatos.
And thanks for the school support.
Yeah.
And the community of Las Vegas.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I know you're going to stick around. That way we can learn about how you do your practices, you know, some of the more basic rules of rugby itself. But thank you, gentlemen, so much. And folks, we're going to be back in just a moment. Stick around.
Dr. George Stribble, the ultimate sports chiropractor, is a proud sponsor of ProView Sports. For 34 years, he has been the chiropractor for sports injuries, soft tissue, muscle fatigue, muscle sprains, neck and back injuries. Dr. Stribling specializes in a kinesio taping technique that is designed to facilitate the body's natural healing process while providing support and stability to muscles and joints without restricting the body's range of motion. Sports injuries are Dr. Stribling's specialty.
Champion Cryotherapy is Albuquerque's leading provider of non-invasive cold therapy for weight management, pain management, beauty and wellness, and athletic recovery. Champion Cryotherapy provides a safe and natural athletic performance and recovery benefits such as faster recovery from stress of athletic performances, competitive sports, and training. Champion Cryotherapy, you could visit us, Wyoming Boulevard, just south of Paseo del Norte. That's 821 Cryo. Christy May's restaurant is locally owned and operated with a family-friendly atmosphere. Their array of homemade comfort food is just like your mom's. From homemade chicken pot pie to their famous chicken salad on a croissant, Christy May's even offers lunch catering. Christy May's restaurant is located at 1400 San Pedro Drive, Northeast. They offer drive-in, carry-out, and catering. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but two great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill.
Welcome back to Rugby Saturday Southwest. Aaron Rivera here, still joined by our New Mexico Highlands 7 Nescro National Champions. And our rugby rules of the week are going to be performed here by the Vatos, and we're going to get to take a look at that right now.
Hey guys, my name is Jose Cervantes here. I'm here with the NM Vatos. We're going to go over some fundamentals today. The first thing is going to be poaching. Now, what you want to do in poaching is the offensive player is going to get tackled. The defense player is going to go down with him. He's going to get right back on his feet and approach the ball. And now he's free to get the ball and run with it. Okay guys, now I showed you the right way. I'm going to show you the incorrect way to poach for the ball. Now, how we started off, the offensive player is going to go to the defensive player. You're going to get tackled. You're going to go down with them. Now the offensive player is going to go connect with them. He's going to bind. He's creating a ruck now. Now that that ruck's created, the defensive player can either blow him out or just push away. He cannot poach for the ball there, but ever since the ruck is formed. Hey guys, my name is Jose Cervantes here. I'm here with the NM rugby team, the Vatos, and today we're going to show you some fundamentals about how to poach. Okay. Now we got an offensive player and a defensive player here. The offensive player is going to go towards the defensive player. He's going to get tackled. The defensive player is going to go down, get back up, poach for the ball, and run with it. Now, that's the correct way to poach. The incorrect way to poach, now we got the next offensive player is going to go bind with the guy that got tackled. Now he's formed a ruck. After that ruck, the defensive player can either blow him out or either spread it back out to the defensive line. He cannot poach for the ball after the ruck has been formed. Okay. Hey guys, it's NM Vatos again, going over some more fundamental drills. This time it's going to be running through a ruck, and how the proper way to go into it and how not to go into it. Okay. So we got a defensive player, or the offensive player here, going to bind, creating a ruck. Okay, and we got the defensive player over here. He's going to go straight ahead, going into the gate that is between his head and his toes. Okay. Now he can either blow him out or just come back and create that defensive line. The wrong way to go into that ruck is to come through the side, goes in at an angle, and hits him from the side. Now that'll cause you a penalty. You don't want to do that.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Misongnalu, aka Missile, here with the NM Vatos. So right now we're going to show you the proper way and the improper way of entering a ruck. So we got an offensive Vato come into the ruck. As he created a gate from his legs to his head, we got a proper ruck. We got a defender coming into the ruck, and it hits that gate, into the gate. That's a proper way to ruck. Now let me show you the improper ruck. So now we got coming from the side. He comes from the side of the gate. That is what you call improper rucking. That will cause you a penalty. That was Missile again from the NM Vatos. So one of the important things of rugby is backward passes. So here we got one of my Vatos will demonstrate you a good backward pass, having his fingertips follow through. There he goes, he passes, his elbows are up, and he follows his pass, and then the back line will create itself. Cut. Hello, Missile again from NM Vatos. So right now we're going to show you the improper way of passing a rugby ball. So we got my man JP here. He's going to go, he's going to pass it, and he passes it forward. So what that means is when the man passes it forward, the guy has the ball, and the receiver catches it in front of the guy who has the ball, and that is incorrect.
Hello, how you doing? This is Rhino Chi with the NM Vatos, and right now I'm going to introduce how to properly catch a ball from a restart, a kick, or anything. We have our first volunteer here, Missile, Jeremy. So the ball's going to go up and he's going to receive it. Let's see his form. There he goes. He did good. He turned his body. He got his legs off the ground and created a basket. Next we got coming up Jose Cervantes. Here we go. Oh, nice. Same thing. He turned his body to protect himself from the defenders, coming onto him. He created the basket again and got his feet off the ground. Next we got JP here. Let's try it again. Nice. He got off the ground again, same thing, turned his body, let the ball come to him.
Hey guys, it's Jose Cervantes again, back with the NM Vatos. So now, today we're going to be teaching you on how to properly be onside when someone's about to kick the ball, okay? So right now, as I have the ball, I'm going to go to look at kick at it. I got my friend JP over here on my left-hand side. He's behind me, so that means he's onside right now. For the rest of these individuals, Jeremy, NC, and Rhino, they're offside since they're in front of me. So now, if I were to kick the ball, I'd have to run up and JP to put these guys back onside. And now they're safe to go.
Hello, I'm Missile, back here again with my NM Vatos. So typically before games, we would like to do 3 certain different types of warm-ups. So our first warm-up we have, it's called pummeling. See, now pummeling gets your shoulders activated before the games. And right now we're going to show you what we do. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, fellas. So that's our first warm-up. See, pummeling, you really get your shoulders activated. So our second warm-up we do is called knee taps. So now you're going to stay with the same partners, and really what knee taps do, it activates your legs. It gets your legs warm. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, fellas. So now for our last and final warm-up we like to do that's very, very critical. It's called down-up wrestles. So down-up wrestles is used for your whole body. And when I say down, my fellas would get down and come right back up, and they will start wrestling. Ready? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Good job, fellas. So if you do these steps correctly, you will have a nice sweat. I am Missile, and these are my NM Vatos.
So those were our rules of the week, brought to you by our Sevens Nescro champions, New Mexico Vatos. Thank you guys so much for sharing those with us. You know, always a good opportunity to be able to look at how champions prepare. And, you know, that's how you should prepare. So guys, you know, got a little bit left. Do you have any way for us to contact you? Any way for people who want to join the New Mexico Highlands team to find out where?
We have a webpage on Facebook. It's called NM Vatos. And if you wanted to get in contact with me, because I am the current president of the NM Vatos, my name on Facebook is called Chris NC. And you can message me off of there, or if you were like to contact me through email, my email is nc12chris@gmail.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris. You know, thank you all for coming down to Albuquerque. I know you got to get off to class, so try not to hold you too much longer. But we will see you guys again down here in Albuquerque for the High Desert Tournament. And when we come back, we're going to have an opportunity to talk to Ray Marone as well as Marty Watts to discuss a little bit of this upcoming High Desert. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill.
Dr. George Stribble, the ultimate sports chiropractor, is a proud sponsor of ProView Sports. For 34 years, he has been the chiropractor for sports injuries, soft tissue, muscle fatigue, muscle sprains, neck and back injuries. Dr. Stribling specializes in a kinesio taping technique that is designed to facilitate the body's natural healing process while providing support and stability to muscles and joints without restricting the body's range of motion. Sports injuries are Dr. Stribling's specialty.
Christy Mae's Restaurant is locally owned and operated with a family-friendly atmosphere. Their array of homemade comfort food is just like your mom's. From homemade chicken pot pie to their famous chicken salad on a croissant, Christy Mae's even offers lunch catering. Christy Mae's Restaurant is located at 1400 San Pedro Drive, Northeast. They offer drive-in, carry-out, and catering. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Champion Cryotherapy is Albuquerque's leading provider of non-invasive cold therapy for weight management, pain management, beauty and wellness, and athletic recovery. Champion Cryotherapy provides a safe and natural athletic performance and recovery benefits such as faster recovery from stress of athletic performances, competitive sports, and training. Champion Cryotherapy, you could visit us, Wyoming Boulevard, just south of Paseo del Norte. That's 821 Cryo. Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of ProView Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but two great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill.
Welcome back to Rugby Saturday Southwest here on ProView Networks. And now I'm joined by Marty Watts, Ray Marone, two of the Aardvarks who are helping to set up the High Desert Classic. We're going to be looking at the 45th year of the High Desert Classic, one of the oldest rugby tournaments in the country. I believe there's only one that's a little bit older. But so Marty, in this 45th year, who are some of the teams that we're going to get an opportunity to see?
Well, you know, Aaron, I'm glad you asked that question because this year's tournament is going to be a classic. We've got 12 great premier college teams. We've got 10 club teams, and right now we have 6 women's club teams, plus we think we're going to have 2 more. But this year's tournament, for the first time, is going to be on television. We're going to put it on ProView Network. It's going to be tape delay, and it's going to be on Channel 26 Comcast, and you'll be able to pick it up on the internet and Rugby Saturday YouTube channel. And then we're working out an agreement with the Rugby channel.tv, so it'll go on nationwide. And as far as I know, there's no rugby tournament outside a USA Rugby playoff game or tournament that's being televised. So it is going to be a classic. Now, in the college division, Air Force is not coming back this year. They had another obligation. But we have one of the great small college teams in the country, New Mexico Highlands, going up against some premier teams, Oklahoma University, the Oklahoma Sooners, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. We've got Utah State coming in, okay? We have, of course, UNM Lobos, who were runner-ups last year. And then we've got a team from California, one of the top teams on the West Coast, Long Beach State. They're coming in for the first time, and they're going to be in the tournament. And then we have UTEP. We have New Mexico State. We've got New Mexico Tech. We've got Fort Lewis College. We've got Adams State. So it's going to be a barn burner, this tournament in the college. Now, in the club division, we've got last year or 2 years ago, the national champion in Division III, the Wichita Barbarians, coming. And then we've got the 2 great Denver teams, Denver Queen City, who came in last year and made it to the semis. And then we've got the Denver Highlanders, who's won this tournament 5 times, and they haven't been back for many, many years. They're coming back.
Not to mention, we're also going to have the Denver Black Eyes in the women's division.
In the women's division. And then we've got Fort Bliss, who won the tournament last year. The boys from the Fort Bliss Army base there in El Paso, they beat the Aardvarks in a really tight game last year. And of course, you never can count out our club, the Albuquerque Aardvarks. We're always contenders. And then you never know about Santa Fe and El Paso. And so it's going to be a great tournament. And the thing about it, it's at Bullhead Park. It's out there on San Pedro and Gibson there. And it's going to be, we've got the Barley Room, who's going to be providing a beer pavilion, a beer tent for people who want to have some libations or whatever. And then we've got them as the concessions. We've got Wally Manoli at Gecko's on Academy and Nob Hill. They're one of our sponsors. And then we got Papa John's Pizza, one of our main sponsors. So this tournament is going to be, I think, a classic. If you've never, and can you imagine, this tournament started the same year as the International Balloon Fiesta Fiesta that's going on right now here in Albuquerque. So can you imagine how old? And Ray Marone actually played in the first tournament.
Oh wow! So we'll talk a little bit more about playing in that tournament a little bit later on. But so Ray, he talked about you've got the pavilion, you've got concessions, you've got all these teams coming in. How do you prepare Bullhead as well as just Albuquerque to host a tournament like this?
Well, it's a lot of work. What we've done in the past is we get started early, a month after the tournament. We get together and figure out what we did right and what we did wrong. And then we start recruiting teams from that point on, and Marty's been pretty good at that. And then we get volunteers from the clubs, UNM, Aardvarks, Brujos, they all help out. Santa Fe lends us pads. We meet with the city, we move fields around, we set them up right, we get the concession people out there, the parking's taken care of. So it's just a combination of a lot of people working hard to put this thing on, and it comes off pretty good. It's always kind of frantic, but it works pretty well.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to another good year this year.
And so is it somewhat helpful to have it at Bullhead for the 15th year in a row, to be able to know where your venue's going to be and all that?
Well, Bullhead's the best park in Albuquerque for an event like this. We can have up to 4 or 5 fields. There's plenty of parking. We're out there by ourselves. We're up against the Air Force Base. It's just a beautiful place to come and watch rugby. So we hope everybody comes out. It's just usually the weather's been very good, knock on wood, for us. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Come out and watch.
And one of our sponsors is the MCM Agante Hotel. MCM Agante Hotel. They're down here on Lenon University, and they're going to be the hosting hotel. And without them, we probably couldn't have the party. One of the great things about this tournament, and the reason why it's lasted so long, it's a tournament for the players. We make sure we feed them on Saturday night. We make sure they have a great time. One of the rules is we have unlimited substitution, so everybody can play in the tournament. And a lot of these tournaments, a lot of these games are so Division I, Division II, III, and they don't have much fun. They just play one game. Here they're going to have a lot of fun. And right now, the only other tournament that's been around longer than we are is the Aspen Rugby Fest, but now it's become an old boys. And basically, Aspen didn't even have a college or women division, and it's because it's so expensive. Even though Wagner Park, where the main event is one of the great settings of rugby, Ray and I have played on that field, but they just kind of out-expense themselves. People can't afford to go up there. And the only other tournament that's in its 40th year is the Maggot Fest up in Missoula, Missouri, and it's played in the spring, and they're going into their 41st year. And right now, there's no other tournament that's been consecutive for 45 years. So now there's a few tournaments on the East Coast that's been around 50, 55, but we're it. And what's happened in rugby, there's not that many rugby tournaments anymore. And remember, these games are 20-minute halves, so these teams are going to play about 3 games on Saturday. A good chance they're going to play 2 on Sunday. So they're going to be tired on the end of Sunday, for sure.
All right. Well, we got probably about 30 seconds left or so. Do you guys have any favorites that you think are going to win this tournament this year?
Well, we're hoping the Aardvarks win. That would be the best. And Marty knows the college team.
I actually think Long Beach State, OU, and I think the Vatos will be in there because of the way they're playing. In the club side, it could be between the Highlanders, the Aardvarks. I would say Fort Bliss will be in there, and then the team that should be the heavy favorite is defending Division III champion is the Wichita Barbarians from Wichita, Kansas.
Well, that's going to be very exciting. Ray, Marty, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us here on Rugby Saturday Southwest. Aaron Rivera signing off.